For this video, I'll be covering how to guide 203 flow cell replacement and alignment using our KinExA 4000 model. So before we get started, you are going to need some materials. You'll need your new flow cell, as well as some ferrules. If your flow cell didn't come with brand new ferrules, please make sure you contact us so that you can have that for this replacement. You'll also need index matching fluid or some dielectric grease, chem wipes, as well as some denatured alcohol. So let's get started. For the 4000, the optics cover is on a hinge, so you'll just want to open that up. And the reflector, the moment you open it up, the Ever Excite panel shows you that the reflector is open. This is a new feature on our 4000 that reminds you to close that before you start an experiment. But in any case, we don't have to worry about turning on and off a lamp here. To free the flow cell, we slide the clip to the right, and that allows you to have access to the flow cell. So for the 4000, we want to pull the line down gently, and that's what's going to expose the union. The nut that we have here, it's called a short nut, and you can see it's very small, but it has a tan ferrule. So you'll want to remove that as well as the nut. Set the nut aside, but you can discard the ferrule because you'll have new ferrules to use. To access the bottom part of this ferrule, we actually have to open up the panel on the left-hand side. So this same line is what connects the bottom of the flow cell, and it connects directly into a pressure transducer. I need to unscrew the nut from the pressure transducer in order to remove that flow cell. You can see this is a different nut. That'll be an M6 and a white ferrule. So again, remove that ferrule, discard, and set your nut aside to use again. Now, I can remove the rest of my flow cell. The difference between a 4000 flow cell and a 3200 flow cell is actually the bottom is much longer so that it can reach to the pressure transducer. So make sure that you're using a 4000 flow cell for this replacement. Once you have it removed, you can come back to the reflector and clean the grooves with denatured alcohol, or 70% ethanol would work as well, or isopropanol. Anything to just remove any of the residual grease that was left behind. You always want to put on a fresh dab of grease before putting on the new flow cell. I like to use index matching oil. You can also use dielectric grease. That's what we've used in the past. I just feel like I have more control when I use this one, so it's not as messy. Put a small drop right in the middle of the reflector, as well as on the arm. So on these new flow cells, you want the clear tubing to go up and the darker tubing to go down. And this can either be blue or black, depending on the type of flow cell you have. The top one, again, you're using that short white nut. And then we're going to use a tan ferrule. The tan ferrule needs to point a very specific direction. We want it to point up, pointy side up. And it will connect to the bottom of the union. Once you have that secure, go ahead and give the tubing a little tug to make sure that it is secure in there. Okay. Then you can feed the blue one through the side of the optics cover. There's a small hole there, and you feed it through, and then you'll want to find it on the other side. So in this case, it's coming out right through here. Okay. You'll want to use the black nut for this, and a white ferrule. And on the white ferrule, the flat part needs to be facing out. That's what's different between this and the tan ferrule. And it's okay if you have some tubing sticking out, because once I actually put it into the pressure transducer, it will be flush. Finger tight. And then again, just give that tubing just a little tug, make sure it is secure. If it's not secure, that tubing will slip right out and then you'll have to repeat the process. Now that we have both ends of the ferrule connected, we can set the alignment. So you're gonna feed the top back up through the top here. And inside this flow cell, we have a 20 micron frit. And I'm looking at the very top of it right here, and I want to align it with a cut groove in the actual reflector. So I'll set that. Once I have it set, I can slide the clip over and close the reflector. The EverExcite panel will automatically switch to the high power so that when we come over to our camera, which you can see in the computer, turn that on. Here we have a nice alignment window for you to see. And what it's showing you is we want the filter to actually be in line with the middle of this diamond and the white line. And I'm actually a little bit too high. So what I'm gonna do is move the flow cell while the camera's on so I can see a better way to align it. A little too low. Right there. Okay. Once you're done, you close your optics cover and you're all set to go. Hopefully that video was helpful for you, and thank you for watching.